Well, good morning. It's officially countdown day number 4. Saturday morning, sitting in the hot tub, relaxing a little bit. Got a lot of work to do today. We're trying to finalize the packing and get the weights measured on the suitcases. We actually have 2 duffel bags that we'll be taking, and we got to get that 44 pounds in each of the bags. So trying to finalize that today. So we'll get back at you with some of that a little bit later. Hello everyone, this is Dan, and we're back at it today on countdown day number 4, and we are going to be finishing up the second half of our itinerary. As you may recall, we had finished up at the Ngorongoro Serena Lodge, and as you can see by the screen, we drive from the Ngorongoro Serena Lodge to Arusha, a small town where we have lunch, and then from there we drive out to the Kilimanjaro International Airport, where we make ready to fly directly north, in the opposite direction we really want to go, to Addis Ababa Airport in Ethiopia. That's to get to a large enough airplane to then fly from Addis Ababa down to Johannesburg. That's a 5-hour and 20-minute flight. The challenge with that flight is that we arrive about 4 a.m. So it's going to be a night flight, and that may actually work out pretty good, get some sleep on the airplane. So arriving at 4 a.m. in Johannesburg, South Africa, the airport hotel, the hotel we're staying at, the Piermont d'Orient Grand, also called the Emperor's Palace, looks magnificent. The pictures are incredible. We do stay that whole next day, and then one more night there before we then board another airplane at the Johannesburg Airport, and then we fly to Victoria Falls. And so when we arrive at Victoria Falls, we drive about 20 minutes out to the Safari Lodge at Victoria Falls, where we will stay 2 nights. And we get to see the falls, of course. We have a tour that we're going to be doing that'll take us through there. The falls were named by the locals as Musi Oa Tunya, or the smoke that thunders. Victoria Falls is Zimbabwe's most famous attraction, measuring approximately 1,688 meters or 5,538 feet across, with a drop of 100 meters or 328 feet, with an estimated outgoing volume of 545 million liters during the wet season. These are one of the 7 wonders of the world, and so very much looking forward to taking a very close look at Victoria Falls. Let's see, we have a little bit more of a close-up there, and nice picture. That is beautiful. Can't wait to get there and really check this out. We also, after our tour of the falls, then do a, well, that's the game lodge. We actually do a tour upriver here. If you can see upriver, we do a sunset boat cruise down the river, and I'll describe that for you here. Let's see. Yeah, here's the sunset cruise. After expending most of your energy at exciting Victoria Falls, put your feet up, sip a sundowner as the light gently fades, and let this tranquil wildlife cruise float you along the Zambezi River above the falls. You will have the finest vantage point from which to watch the hippo, crocodiles, and other animals which come down to the river's edge in the evening. To quench your thirst, you're in first class, that's for sure, and you're sipping your cocktail, enjoying snacks. No further movement required on your part. So really going to be a fun day of visiting the falls and doing the sunset cruise. So after 2 nights there at Victoria Falls, we then travel once again by vehicle out to the Chobe Game Lodge, and this is the Chobe Elephant Reserve. There's a lot of elephants. I think it's one of the biggest known populations of elephants anywhere on the planet. And so we do, what, 2 nights at the, yep, 2 nights at the Chobe Game Lodge. This place looks spectacular. I'll read you a little bit about that. Chobe Game Lodge is the only permanent game lodge in the park. The small and intimate lodge has interesting Moorish styling and overlooks the Chobe River. The lodge accommodates up to 94 guests in absolute luxury, and all of the rooms have private terraces. Other facilities include billiards, library, gym, beauty salon, a stylish cigar bar overlooking the Chobe River, a large terraced swimming pool, and Riverside Boma area. So I guarantee you will see some video of me smoking a cigar alongside the river. So that should be a lot of fun. So once we've done our 2 nights at the Chobe Game Lodge, we then transfer to fairly close, 23 minutes, to the Kasane Airport, where once again we're taking light aircraft. And we're going to be going to the Zugana Island Lodge, and this is in Botswana. I think this is the first time we're in Botswana. So we fly in, and there's a small airstrip right there, because I think this is really out in the middle of nowhere. Even Google couldn't measure the distance between the Kasane Airport and the Zugana Island Lodge. They didn't have the distance, so this is out in the boonies, and so this should be fun. We get to see the Morimi Wildlife Reserve. It's a 3,000 square kilometer paradise proclaimed a wildlife refuge by the Tswana people in 1963. It's one of the most pristine wilderness areas. The foresight of the local community has ensured that nature's web has flourished undisturbed. So this really is out in the wilderness. So this should be pretty fun. We'll be there for, what's 2 nights there too, right? Let me see, back up just a second. Yes, 2 nights at the Chobe Game Park. I'm sorry, the Zugana Island Lodge. And then we go from Zugana Island, we go to the airport at Mon, and again, that's by light airplane. We fly out of that same small airstrip near the island, and we fly down to Mon, where we then pick up an airplane that will fly us to Cape Town. So Cape Town is our last stop on our African adventure, and once we get into Cape Town International Airport, and let's see, we arrived there at 4:10 p.m., a more civilized time. We then drive 22 minutes over to the Portswood Hotel, which you can see is located right on the bay. Right here this is the top of Table Mountain right here, and you can see the Portswood Hotel is right there by the harbor. So it should be very beautiful. We're there in Cape Town for 3 days, and we do several tours. We do a half-day city tour, which takes us around the city and also takes a cable car to the summit of legendary Table Mountain, one of the 7 wonders of the world, and a number of other local scenes. And then we do a full-day peninsula tour where we range out a bit further from downtown Cape Town, including visiting a group of penguins. There's actually a group of penguins there that exist on a beach in an area, and so we're hoping to see the penguins while we're there, so that would be pretty interesting. And then on Monday, the 10th of October, we depart Cape Town from, let's see, whoops, skipped one. Okay, so we fly from Cape Town to Dubai once again, and then we fly from Dubai back to San Francisco, another 15 hour and 50 minute stop. So it's a long truck, a lot of flights, but as you can see, a pretty spectacular trip, and we're hoping to share as much of that with you as we can, so be looking for it. We'll continue to upload video as we go, as much as we possibly can, given the internet connections that we find along the way. But there'll certainly be places where we can upload, and you'll be able to see what we've seen. So happy to share that with you. Hope you've enjoyed this vlog, and we'll be back at you soon.